let me first show you something here that some of you might not have seen if you're not on my Facebook wall, if you're not seeing my posts. I'm going to share this with you right here because this is something that was super exciting to me, and I just want you guys to show you guys what is possible when you put your mind to something. And this here was not only the shirt. When I got the shirt, the 300K Club shirt, which basically means that I was able to generate over $300,000 in revenue leveraging advertising boosts, features, tools, products, all the vacation, the hotel certificates, all the incentives that we're able to leverage inside of advertising boosts. So this is not only the shirt that I earn, which I'm wearing tonight, but also the Tesla P100D that is partially paid for because I earned the Dream Car bonus. So every single month, Andy and Marco send me an extra bonus payment because I qualified for it here with Advertising Boost. So this is just a little snapshot of me showing you guys what's possible. And I want you guys to really use that as some mental motivation to get in the game. So if you're not already going after it, you're not taking massive action, hopefully this gives you a little bit of motivation, because I got to tell you, getting rewarded like this goes way beyond just the benefits of the materialistics of, yeah, I get to drive a cool car, I get to enjoy a nice lifestyle. It really goes into the fact that it empowers my mindset to level up, to go to another level, to really increase what's possible next. And that's one of the biggest things I want you guys to take away from, is the fact that everything that you think you're achieving or striving after right now with Advertising Boost, with your online businesses, whatever you're marketing and leveraging Advertising Boost for, once you achieve that, it'll open up a whole new realm of possibilities of what's available next. So that's something you guys should really, really focus on, is the reality that you might be striving after one goal right now, but the fact that you achieve that goal is just one step further to the next goal that you guys can achieve, and it opens up a whole new possibility. Because the reality is that most of us cannot imagine, comprehend, really acknowledge more than about 10 to 20% increase in our lifestyle, in our income, in our business. It's hard for us to really visualize that, comprehend it, really sink our brain around it, if you will, and know and understand what it feels like to achieve that next level. So it's really tough I have people come to me and say, hey, I want to learn how to make, $40,000 a month in online marketing. I'm like, great. How much are you making right now at your day job that you're telling me you want to quit? And they're like, well, I'm making about $2,000 a month. I'm like, okay, step back a second and go for maybe, $5,000 a month. Maybe go for $10,000 a month, because mentally we just can't. It's very difficult for people to comprehend that. So one thing that I made a mistake at first is I dreamed big, but my actions were not meeting up or matching up with the vision and the dream that I had, because it was so dreamy that I couldn't wrap my brain around it. I couldn't wrap my heart around it. And so I just sat there and procrastinated for a very long time. So if you guys look at what I've been able to achieve with Advertising Boost, I want you guys to take a step back, acknowledge, recognize whatever your expertise level is currently, whatever your experience level is currently, and whatever income level you've been able to achieve currently. Not to say that it's not possible. I've just found that more people have an easier time ascending up that ladder of income potential, business growth, scalability, if you take it one step at a time, rather than trying to go for the $300,000 in revenue when you've never made more than $10,000 in revenue. Does that make sense to you guys? Just put in the comments down there, yes, it does. Let me know that you guys are getting this, because this is a really foundational element to what I'm going to share with you, because I want you guys to really tailor it to whatever place you are at in your life, in your business, in your family life. I mean, there's so many factors that go into being an entrepreneur. I see all the yeses, make sense coming in. So I see that you guys got it. Appreciate that feedback there. So with that in mind, and here's a little analogy. Think of it like you're going to go and do yoga for the very first time. Very first time you're ever going to go do yoga. Do you walk right into the yoga studio and immediately go into tree pose? No, you might start with downward dog before you go into tree pose, because if you go in there and just start at one of the most extreme levels without warming up to it, without practicing it, without doing some of the small movements over and over, you're likely to pull a muscle, right? You're likely to get injured. You're likely to not be able to achieve it, which will lead to quitting, which will lead to injury, which will lead to mental suffering, if you will. So think of it in those terms. There's a reason they say take it one step at a time, and it really is because you need to allow your brain, your heart, your mindset to grow with it. So I think I've made that point very clear at this point, but just put that into perspective when you're listening to some of the strategies that I'm going to teach you guys. And I'm going to tell you guys a couple of tools that I leverage to be able to succeed at the level that I was able to with Advertising Boost. So let's get into, and actually I want to get some feedback from you guys because I want to really tailor this webinar specifically to what you guys want to hear. So let me put in the comment down there if you guys feel that it was understanding the product, generating traffic, or implementing the product into my businesses. Which of those three do you feel like you're struggling with the most, or you feel like is your hurdle? Understanding the product, advertising Boost, the affiliate program, to other people, and then implementing the product and actually really leveraging the product to the best of its ability. I'm seeing generating traffic, affiliate program, implementation, generating traffic, implementation, traffic, generating traffic. I'm seeing traffic as a big keyword here. Needing training. Wow, the comments are going so fast. Love it. Implementing the product. Needing training was shown. The product, not given any training. If you guys aren't getting any training on the product, you guys really need to be engaged in some of the training videos that are happening inside of Advertising Boost Facebook group, because there is training and stuff that is going on in there. Advertising the product, generating leads, a few implementations. Okay, using it as a bonus for my product. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys some insights into how I've leveraged it and even show you guys some examples of some pages where I have that directly implemented, both for referring people to Advertising Boost and secondarily implementing the vacation incentive specifically to generate more leads and more sales online. So I'll be getting into that here in just a second. I wanted to give you guys a little background of where I've come from and where I am now, so you can get a little bit of appreciation for that. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on who I am. I want you guys to know that I'm really no different than anybody else watching this webinar right now. We're all human beings. We're all on this path of life. We're all trying to be the best person that we can be in life. And if you're not, I would suggest that you start right there. If you're not trying to be the best version of yourself, first and foremost, start there before you start scaling, growing your business online, because I just find that when you lead as a good person in life, good things tend to happen to you. So start there. Step number one. So I was raised as a missionary kid in Japan. So I grew up in Japan. My parents are missionaries over there. They've been over there for, pushing 40 years now. They've been over there in Japan. I was 18 when I left Japan. So I was raised in a very different environment than if I had been raised here in the United States. But in Japan, I was homeschooled and raised on the mission field. So my dad is a missionary pastor, raised in a very, very strict Christian home, independent fundamental Baptist. So I was raised in a lot of structure. If you guys know anything about Japanese, they're very structured, very organized, very methodical in terms of this is how you do things in life, structure. And that's where I get a lot of my structure. I think a lot of my ability to pick up most pieces of technology and run with them. A lot of that structure, I think, came from the way that I was raised in Japan. So from Japan, I moved to the United States and went to Bible college for about a year and a half. And then I actually ended up moving out to Tucson, Arizona. And that's where I got one of my first real sales jobs. And it was doing frozen food sales for Schwann's Frozen Foods, which is the big yellow trucks that drive around with frozen food. And I was literally going door to door, knocking on people's doors, strangers' doors, asking them if they want to buy frozen food out of my truck. So I was selling frozen food out of a truck. So that's kind of my first taste of real sales based job, because it was, I had a certain quota that I was trying to meet every single day. It was hard work because I was at the depot at 6:30 in the morning, and sometimes I didn't get back to the depot to unload my truck and go through inventorying until about 10 o'clock at night. So it was long hours, and it was commission based. And it was also based on generating new customers. And it was a good education, school of hard knocks, if you will, where I was able to go and really get the feeling of what it was like to talk to strangers. Although, growing up on the mission field, and we went around to different churches and were raising support for my parents' mission work in Japan from a very young age, I was taught the ability to get up and speak in front of strangers and find some level of relatability with strangers to be able to have a good, solid conversation and have like interests and not be afraid to talk to strangers. Kind of the opposite in my growing up. It was never stranger danger. It was a stranger, oh, let's go get to know them. Let's be kind and loving towards them and treat them as a human being. So it was a great way to be brought up. So Schwann's Frozen Food. So from frozen food sales, I then eventually went into designing and building in-ground swimming pools. So for about 8 years, I was designing and building in-ground swimming pools. And I would go into a person's backyard, I would look at their backyard, I would measure it, I would go back, I would design an entire backyard for them, and then proceed to sell that design to them. So I was not only creating the product that I was gonna sell to them, I then needed to sell it to them because chances are they were getting 2, 3, 4, 5 other bids from other companies, other designers, and I had to win that job. So another good education in customer interaction, customer development, relationship building with the customer, and then of course, designing something that was really catered to their needs. And that's a point there I wanna just stop and make on with Advertising Boost is when you're leveraging the tools of Advertising Boost, you really need to understand your audience. You really need to understand who is seeing your ads, who is seeing your sales pages, who are you offering these incentives to? And if you take a step back and really understand your audience, the people that you're talking to, then you will be better able to cater to their needs and really give them what they're seeking. So whether you're leveraging the vacation incentive, you're leveraging the hotel certificates, whichever the features and products that you're leveraging with Advertising Boost, you need to really understand your audience. And that's what I learned with designing and building in-ground swimming pools, because my first step was really to understand what in the world was this family or couple or individual really visualizing? What were they really seeking after? What do they really want in their backyard? And if I could understand that, if I could figure that out, because oftentimes they're not going to tell you. You got to have to understand and know it, ask the right questions. And then once I understood that, it was much easier for me to go back and design a backyard that I knew that when I showed them the design, they would fall in love with it. And it really didn't matter what the price was at that point. As long as they could afford it, they would buy the design because I designed something that was specific to what they were wanting to have. So hopefully that gives you a little insight there into that aspect of it. So moving on from there, I went from designing the in-ground swimming pools and actually started my own website development company and run a very successful website development company, but it was really just paying the bills. It was creating a nice life for my wife and I, and it was covering our bills and our expenses, but I was really trading a lot of time for money. It was me doing the website design, doing the graphic design. I eventually got outsourcers that I hired other people to do a lot of the work for me, but I was still meeting with clients. And I enjoyed it to a certain extent, but after about 7 years, I really felt like it was time to live bigger. And so I went out on a leap of faith and just went after it. And about 2.5 years ago, I went really full on ahead with affiliate marketing, specifically online affiliate marketing. And that is what I've been focused on ever since. And affiliate marketing, leveraging tools like Advertising Boost, is really what took my wife and I from just paying our bills for our nice life to transformative income, to where we were able to change our lifestyle. So before, who right now is just covering the expenses of your current lifestyle? and no judging of where your lifestyle is. Everybody has their own taste. But who here is only making enough to cover your current lifestyle? Okay, I'm getting lots of me's. That's totally cool. I love all the honesty. Some even say not quite, so keep at it. So if you're currently living a life that you may be happy with, you might even be content with, but you feel like there's something else inside of you that's really driving you to want more. And that's the first step, is wanting more. And so I was at a place where I had a successful business going. Our bills were being paid, but we were staying at kind of the same level. And I felt this desire for more in my life. So I went for it. And it was affiliate marketing that gave us transformative, lifestyle changing income. Doesn't mean that we went and sold our house and, you know, moved to someplace bigger. No, we'd already actually taken a leap of faith about a year prior to that, and stepped up into our forever home that we bought, knowing that we wanted to be there for many, many years. So we already stepped into that role, but it allowed us to do things without really having to stop and go back and check our budget and see if we could afford it and see if we could fit it in. It gave us the ability to start making life decisions with confidence, knowing that we could generate the income to cover those expenses. And being in that place is the true joy of being able to generate affiliate income online, such as Advertising Boost and their affiliate program that they offer. And when you get that, the joy that you get, the lack of stress surrounding money is the real fruit of that labor. It's the real reward of the money. The money itself is...
Quick question for you, Michael.
Yeah.
This is Marco. You're going to be covering more about affiliate marketing at the summit as well in Orlando,
Yes.
correct? Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely. Yeah, I have seen some of the questions in here. We're talking more about affiliate marketing at the summit for sure. I'll be getting deeper into that when I speak at the Marketing Boost Summit. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of mentality. I appreciate you stopping, Marco, there, because I get really passionate about that topic, because I help people day in and day out break through some of those mental blocks that they have there. So we'll definitely be getting into more of that topic at the summit. So be sure to everybody to register for that and get there for that summit. All right, so let's fast forward now. Here we are, Advertising Boost. I've been leveraging Advertising Boost for about a year now, and it has been really fantastic on many different levels. I initially picked it up because I'm an affiliate marketer, and I saw a solid product that was really just kind of getting going at the time. And one of the things that I've really been rewarded with in life is being an early adopter. As you saw the picture earlier, I drive a Tesla P100D. Some people still consider that very new technology. And in fact, just yesterday, I got a brand new update for my car that gave me new features. And that's one of the rewards about being an early adopter. So I would encourage everybody that's still sitting on the fence about trying out Advertising Boost is being an early adopter. The ones that are at the party first definitely get rewarded when it comes to marketing online. So if you're on the fence because you're like, well, I don't know about this, Advertising Boost, just go for it. Just go for it. Be an early adopter. So I was what you would consider more of an early adopter, and it gave me a head start because I was early to the party. So been leveraging Advertising Boost now for about a year now, and leveraging the Advertising Boost tools, I've been able to generate, as you can see on my shirt, over $300,000 in revenue in my various affiliate marketing businesses. So let me stop there and say that I have directly leveraged the vacation incentives primarily to generate more leads and sales into my various affiliate marketing programs. And I have people ask me all the time, like, what's the best one? Well, I'm going to tell you what the best one is, because I can't tell you what the best program for you is. I can tell you that the Advertising Boost affiliate program is definitely one of my big money makers over the last year. So if you're not involved in the Advertising Boost affiliate program, you need to get started right now, because that by far is one of the most rewarding affiliate programs that I've been a part of over the last year. So definitely want to take advantage of the rewards that Advertising Boost gives all of us as being members and customers of Advertising Boost. So let me show you actually some examples here of ways that I've implemented Advertising Boost directly into my, my sales system. And I leverage, I know that in the back office of Advertising Boost, there are several different sales funnel software, lead capture softwares, and all that that they integrate into. I personally have been leveraging Online Sales Pro for several years now. And in the last year, I directly implemented the API and the Advertising Boost delivery system with the API directly into my sales funnel. So let me just share my screen here. I'm going to show you guys a couple examples of what that looks like. So here we have right here, and just let me know, you guys should be able to see my screen now. So if I go over here in Online Sales Pro, go over to the Edit tab, and I'm going to show you guys. So they leverage team pages, which is a really cool way to distribute my sales funnels to all of my team members. But if I come over here to say this one program, and we pull open this sales page, and don't worry about the program it is, I do multiple programs, but this is one example of where I am leveraging the vacation incentives for lead capture. So I'll run cold traffic to this, and I find that cold traffic primarily converts the best with the vacation incentives, because those are the people that really need that extra edge to get the little jump start to say, hey, I know you wanted this information, but hey, what if I give you a vacation incentive for watching the next video? And so what I talk about in this video here is that if they watch the entirety of the next video, then they're going to get a vacation to their choice. So they're going to choose the drop down. And this is all direct API integration that's available to everybody inside of Advertising Boost. It's nothing special coding. Of course, it's a special sales funnel that I developed that's inside of Online Sales Pro. But the API itself is straightforward, off the shelf, if you will, of Advertising Boost. So they would choose whichever vacation they want, and then it says, watch the next video and claim your free vacation. This is probably by far one of my most converting lead capture pages, and I know that it's directly related to the fact that I'm telling them, hey, you're gonna get a free vacation if you watch the entirety of the next video. Now, some of you might be saying, well, wait a second, if you're directly integrated with the API, doesn't it automatically send out the vacation? Yes, it does. We give unlimited vacations, and if you're a gold member, we also get paid for the vacation vouchers that are redeemed. So I love giving the vacation incentives away to every single person that opts in, regardless of if they finish the video or not. In this case, because it's a win-win for both of us, and most of the times they're not going to go and check their email until after they've watched the video anyway. So no difference there. I love the automation of the API. It's a great way to leverage these vacation incentives to send out that vacation automatically, which when you're running hundreds of thousands of clicks to these lead capture pages, it would be so costly for me to have to manually send all of those vacations out to everybody. So that there is one example of a lead capture page. Let me show you another one here on this one right here. Oops, let me just pause that. So here again, get a free vacation today just for watching this life-changing video. Again, they get to pick their destination, watch the next video, and claim your vacation. So here are two examples of lead capture pages that I have in Online Sales Pro that do all of the vacation sending automatically for me. I don't have to go in and do any of that after the fact. Some other sales pages that I have will further leverage the vacation incentives specifically related to if they purchase. So I have other sales pages as they go through, and I'm not going to go through all of those sales pages, but I talk about primarily in the video about saying, hey, if you guys join at a certain product level, you're going to be able to get a free vacation. And I'll leverage the hotel certificates and the vacation incentives side by side, depending on what the offer is. One big thing that I learned, unfortunately not early on, I had to kind of learn it the hard way, is that you really want to make your free giveaway congruent to whatever product you're offering. If you have a $25 product and you're giving away a $1,000 value vacation, people are probably going to question that. So you want to really make your free offer or incentive very congruent with the product that you're selling. So a bigger incentive for a bigger product level. And the hotel certificates are really cool because, I'm sorry, the vacation voucher, I'm saying it all wrong. Vacation, hotel, restaurant certificates. I love the restaurant certificates because I have on several pages the restaurant certificates. I will actually pay for the fees for those vouchers depending on the product level that they purchase. And I let the people know that. I'm like, hey, this is costing me real money to send this to you. So I only want to take serious people. So if you're serious about it, purchase this product by this certain time frame, and we will send you a restaurant voucher worth, you know, $200, $300. And because we have the increments that in there, we can then go in and make those distinctions depending on the product that they purchase. Now that end of it's a little bit more manual. I don't have that side of it as automated because I validate that the purchase has been made, and then the vacation incentive is sent out to them after that. I just want to keep an eye here on the comments on the right-hand side as we're going here as well. Let's see. Very cool. Some people are already using Online Sales Pro. Yeah, it's been a super, super solid platform for my team and I. And in fact, how would you guys like to see my Advertising Boost affiliate sales funnel that's directly built into Online Sales Pro? Do you guys like to see that? Yeah, absolutely. You can make money at the silver level and the gold level with the affiliate program. Yep, lots of people want to see that. So those are some ways that I've directly integrated the vacation incentives into my products. One of the big questions I get asked a lot, and I'll show you my Advertising Boost sales funnel here in just a second. One of the ways that one of the questions I get asked a lot in relationship to Advertising Boost is, how do I prevent people from thinking that it's not true, or it's a scam, or this is just, you know, an information grab, that it's not really true. I'm not really going to get to go on a vacation. There's two things that I do. One, I'm very, very candid with people and transparent with them. I let them know straight up front all the details about the incentive. Like in those lead capture pages you saw there, I talk about and detail out on the next page, I detail out the requirements of that free vacation. A lot of people are afraid to tell people that they're going to be responsible for the resort fees and the taxes. And I'm like, why? It actually makes it more legitimate. When you tell people, hey, you get a complimentary vacation, and all you have to do is cover the resort fees and the taxes, which are actually charged by the resort, not by, you know, Advertising Boost, that actually makes it more real. People are like, oh, well, that makes sense. It must be valid then if this is something that, you know, they're not just giving away the farm. That can't be true. The company has to make money. There has to be something in it for them as well. And then the second thing, I let people know that when they claim their voucher, they're going to be offered an upgrade in exchange for a presentation, a vacation club ownership, a timeshare incentive. One of the questions right now there, Ernest, no, there is no, the actual complimentary hotel stay or resort stay does not require a 90-minute presentation. If in the process of your customers claiming the voucher, they accept the very no pressure incentive to upgrade their vacation, then they will be offered an opportunity to upgrade their vacation in exchange for that 90-minute presentation. And I've gotten lots of feedback from Advertising Boost vacation goers that the upsell was not a high pressure upsell. They just said, nope, not interested, moving on, and they go on to take their vacation that they were given the incentive to take. So yeah, exactly. Valerie there says people don't seem to mind the fee. Yeah, they don't, because in comparison to paying the $200 or $300 a night, they're only covering the, you know, the $20 to $50 in resort fees and taxes. It's a great deal. It really is. But if you're more transparent with people, then people will take you more seriously. If you try to make it all roses, then people are gonna be like, yeah, that is too good to be true. Now you're gonna get some people that even though you're transparent with them, they'll still say it's too good to be true. But here's the thing that I've found. If after giving people a huge incentive, like a restaurant certificate, a hotel certificate, or a vacation incentive, they are still skeptical. They still think, like, after you give them all that value and are transparent with them and telling them, and the offer is congruent, with, you know, your product level or your product value, if your incentive isn't congruent with your product offer, after all that, if they are still like, nope, too good to be true, must not be true, it's a scam, then guess what? I don't want to work with those people. I don't want them as my customer, and I don't want them as a business colleague, affiliate colleague of mine, because they have some mindset issues that they need to work on way before they ever jump into business, way before they leverage one of my products. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, don't be so desperate. And I know it's a numbers thing. I totally get. One thing, I'll be really transparent with you. If anybody on this webinar is still sitting there thinking that you can't do this, or it's too hard, or it's probably not going to work. Like, I was there. I was actually there for too long. I was there probably for about 5 or 7 years. I was sitting there always saying that I wanted to do affiliate marketing, always saying that I wanted to grow my business, but never actually taking action and putting into place what I knew I already needed to do. So if you're at that place, no big deal. But just know that you need to get that part right before you step into a bigger role of business, growing your business, scaling your business. So if some of you on here have been using Advertising Boost already, and it's not really taking off like you see other people doing, then chances are you need to go back and reflect on yourself and try to figure out what mental or emotional blocks you might be facing in your business, in your marriage, in your family life, in your employee, business owner relationships. There's a lot of different areas you might be roadblocking yourself that is causing you to be able to move into a bigger place of abundance. So, keep that in mind, that it's not always the product or the incentive that you're leveraging. It could be something about how you're approaching it. And now, I'm not perfect, but I always try to approach everything with an abundance mentality, that there is so much to go around. Because I can remember the days when I had 5 to 10 people that actually were listening to me. I remember those days. And I remember being so desperate for those few people that were listening to me that I chased them all away. Who here has done that? Who here has had just a few prospects, and you only had a few prospects in your business for customers that you ended up chasing them away? Excuse me. Throat went dry there. Me, several people. So I was there too. I didn't even have the incentives like we have now with Advertising Boost and our ability to give vacations incentives away. But I had such few customers that were actually listening to me that I got desperate for those people. So the one thing I can really encourage you guys to do is, if you're leveraging Advertising Boost in your products, make sure that you're generating enough traffic to your offers to get a real pulse on whether or not the incentive or the way that you're implementing Advertising Boost into your product offerings is actually working.
Hey, Michael, question for you.
Yeah.
On the free video, free vacation you gave away to watch your video, did you use let them choose, or what kind of vacation offer did you give them just for that purpose?
It was actually a drop down. So I was showing my screen there, and it was a drop down on that page that gave them the ability to choose whichever one they wanted to.
Cool. Okay.
So right here, as you can see, it's choose your free vacation. And I found that, because if I offer just a Las Vegas vacation, maybe somebody hates Las Vegas, or they just were at Las Vegas last week and they'd rather go to Puerto Vallarta. I don't know them. So I found that having the drop down there and allowing them to choose was a much higher converting offer.
Strong. Thank you.
Yes.
Are you using it also for others, to create transactions?
To the actual sales side of it, yeah, absolutely. I do that more on a conversational side. So and this is the second part I was going to get into here, was another way that I leverage Advertising Boost in my sales and way that I've generated traffic. And a lot of people on here, when we first started this out, one of the number one things that I saw people saying is that they struggled with getting traffic to their offers. What if I told you guys that literally 89% of all my traffic is organic, which means that it's free. It's just coming to me. I'm not going after it. And that organic traffic is converting much higher with these vacation incentives because I'm able to have a personal interaction with them. So the initial lead capture pages for cold traffic and having that all automated is really great. But having a level to where you can just personally interact with that person and know that, you know, they can know that you're a real person and have a short conversation with them. And in that short conversation, that's where you say, hey, look, we're running an incentive right now. If you purchase, you know, XYZ product by Sunday night, I'm able to give you a 3-night stay to a place of your choosing. And here's a list of places you can choose to go to. And here's, you know, just a couple of fees that are involved, but everything else is covered and is complimentary. That people are like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. And here's a strategy that works really, really well. And it's nothing about, you know, male versus female. It's just this is how it works. So if you're talking to the husband and he's really motivated with, you know, the product, and I deal a lot with people, you know, teaching them how to generate income from home, how to build their home-based business, how to start a business online. So this works really, really well. If I'm talking to him about purchasing a product that's going to teach him how to build a business from home, and I say, hey, we're running this sale incentive right now. I'm able to give you a complimentary stay at these 5 different locations if you purchase the product by Sunday night. I don't ask him where he'd like to go. I say, hey, which of these locations would your wife like to go with you? And I'll flip it around and do the other side. If I'm talking to a female and I know that female is married, then I will also say, hey, where would you and your husband like to go? Because chances are, if it's a male and a female, the husband is going to defer to the wife in terms of where they want to go. Because, you know, as men, I like to make my wife happy. So I love to give her the option of where she wants to go. And this works really, really well. Just saying that, say, hey, honey, this guy, Michael, I've been following him, and he's going to be able to give us a vacation incentive for this business program that I was going to join anyway. But we got to take action now. Where would you like to go? And she's going to be like, I want to go to Orlando. Perfect. We'll get you Orlando. That's a great way to leverage that, bring them in. How many times, I mean, if I could get $10 for every time I had a husband tell me, hey, I'm going to buy your online marketing program, but I'm not going to tell my wife until after I make some money and my business is successful, then I'll tell my wife. I've heard that so many times. And this gets them to say, hey, honey, here's a great incentive that we're getting to start this business online. Where would you like to go? Does that make sense to you guys? Let me know if you guys get that concept. And again, it does 2 things. One, it creates involvement with the spouse. So whether it's the husband or the wife, it creates that involvement with them, gets them as a team. And I'm a strong believer in that. If you're approaching things as a spouse, if you have a significant other or a spouse, if you don't include them in your business, if you don't bring them in, let them know. Like my wife, Lauren, she knows what I'm doing in business. She sees it on Facebook. She comes to my office. I'll bounce things off of her all the time. The more you can include your spouse in your business and what's going on, the stronger you will be as a team. If you don't have a spouse or a significant other, if you can include a good friend, you know, that's another great way. It gives that kind of camaraderie and teamwork feel that you can then spread out to other people online. And the same thing works when you're talking to a prospect or a potential customer, is if you can bring in the family and take it from just because chances are maybe the person you're talking to isn't even the decision maker. So maybe you're talking to one spouse, but the other spouse is the one that makes the decision. Or maybe you're talking to somebody at a company, but it's really their business partner that ultimately is going to make the decision. So anytime you can bring that involvement in, you're going to get a much higher conversion rate, because now you're getting more people on board. Now you have more yeses on the table, which means there's less likely of someone to then say no and want to back out because there's more people involved. Plus, you're getting more exposure for your product and your business anyway, so it's a great thing to bring people into that conversation. So, all right. Lauren says, oh, there's my wife right now. Love being a part of it all. And Lauren, I love having you a part of it all. That's one of the benefits of doing online marketing like this, is my wife and I get to have a very comfortable, we wake up and we decide every single day what we want to do for that day. Of course, we have appointments and stuff like that we got to go to. But at the end of the day, we wake up and we report to nobody. We just report to each other and say good morning and, hey, what do you want to do today? So it's a really beautiful thing. And I just want to let everybody know that it's absolutely attainable and achievable if you go after it. And leveraging Advertising Boost has been a huge benefit over the last year, in addition to the affiliate commissions that I've been able to earn, but the businesses that I've been able to grow online. And the fact, I love the fact that we're able to implement it into multiple businesses. That's been the best things about it, is that this isn't a product that you purchase for just one product or one incentive. There's so many programs out there that I know that you got to buy, you know, a new campaign every time you want to promote a new product or a new business. I run multiple businesses online. And Advertising Boost has allowed me to leverage the products of Advertising Boost across multiple businesses, multiple products. I can start them, stop them whenever I want without having to worry about additional costs. Don't tell Andy that we're paying way too little for Advertising Boost, because we really are. I mean, the things that we're able to do with it and the way that we've been able to leverage it has been absolutely phenomenal. So
trust me, for some of you, we wanted to raise the price.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have wanted to, and I love the $49 price point and the gold. I mean, the value is worth its weight in gold when you go gold, because not only the discount that you get into it, but here's the other thing. Here's a big reason why everybody should go gold. What I've found is when I take my business month to month, I tend to operate it as if it's only lasting month to month. But the tools and software and the strategies that I've committed to, like Advertising Boost, like, you know, Online Sales Pro has an annual plan. It wasn't until I went with the annual plan that I started treating that tool as if it was going to last more than just this month. That Marco, really has been one of the biggest things for me. I love the annual plan with Advertising Boost, because now it's like I have this tool for a full year. The potential is amazing. And I find myself more committed to it because I did commit to it for a year.
Cool. Quick question.
I love that aspect.
Somebody asked you if you exclusively use it for online pros, but obviously not, right? You use the incentives for multiple businesses.
Right. Yeah, I do. Online Sales Pro just allows me to integrate Advertising Boost directly into it. And I promised you guys I would show you my Advertising Boost affiliate side for referring, because I have referred, I know the number keeps flirting right around 400 direct referrals, and my team, last I checked, is very, very big in terms of my second tier affiliates. And I'll show you that, guys, here in just a second. But Online Sales Pro just allows me to integrate those. They even have a specific, I don't know if you know this, Marco, but Online Sales Pro even has a specific simple lead capture page that you can put in a title and a headline, stick in your business ID, and it automatically does all the API work behind the scenes for Advertising Boost members. So Online Sales Pro has been a really cool way for newbies, especially, to get up and running with a lead capture page similar to like I have, without having to deal with all the APIs and the coding and anything else like that, or share codes and stuff like that that you might have to deal with. So very simple, straightforward to use, and absolutely love Online Sales Pro. But yeah, I do leverage it outside of it. Like I was saying, I leverage it inside of messaging. I was telling you guys earlier about traffic. So can anybody guess what my #1 source of traffic for my Advertising Boost affiliate program and for my other businesses online are? What is my #1? I already gave you guys a big hint by letting you know that 89% of all my traffic is organic. So, and this isn't, you know, this isn't endorsing or referring you to anybody. This is a free platform that anybody can leverage. I'm seeing lots coming in here. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Messenger on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. So 2 out of the 3 are correct there. YouTube and Facebook are combined my #1 traffic source. Instagram, I really haven't done. I do post on Instagram, but it's more just a branding exposure. It's not it's not really where I channel my traffic to come in from. So I leverage a very unique method of generating free organic traffic on YouTube and then channeling all that traffic directly into either my lead capture page sales funnel or directly into my Facebook Messenger. And that's how I build my following as well, because Facebook then becomes my following. So they come in, they get exposure to myself, my products, my business, advertising boost through my YouTube videos, channel them over to Facebook into Messenger. I can have conversations with them. If you guys aren't leveraging Facebook Messenger for your business, whether it's your business page or your personal page, you're really missing out, because Facebook Messenger is a very comfortable, quick, and efficient. And anybody that knows me really well knows that I love efficient. If something is efficient, I will adopt it. Advertising boost, absolutely efficient. It seamlessly fits into my business models, my sales methods, all that, super efficient. Facebook Messenger, super efficient. There's a lot of people that love getting on the phone, and that's great. I personally like to do all of my communication through Facebook Messenger because I can have multiple conversations in the same amount of time. So if I got on the phone with somebody, I might be on the phone with them for 15, 20 minutes. In that same 15 or 20 minutes, I could have had 10 to 20 separate conversations with people in that same time period. So I leverage a method of getting the exposure on YouTube, channeling them to my Facebook Messenger. I have a quick conversation with them. Yep, absolutely. You're going to get a free vacation incentive just for joining this program, just for purchasing this product. They get that little human interaction, that little human touch, and people are good. They're on to the next step. They make the purchase. They get the incentive. So that's another way that I leverage it. And in that case, I completely bypass the traditional sales funnel. They don't even go through a sales funnel. They watch my video on YouTube. They make sure I'm a real person in Facebook Messenger, and they purchase the product with that additional incentive or of a restaurant certificate, a hotel certificate, a gift card, or the vacation incentive. Does that make sense to you guys? Like that's my strategy. And a lot of people say, well, what's your big secret? That's my secret. YouTube, Facebook, sale. So that's something that I've been doing now for 2.5 years, and it's just worked so wonderfully. And would you guys believe me if I told you that I was able to have, and I've counted, I literally have counted, my best day, I worked for about 3 hours collectively, and I had 120 separate high-value conversations with people in Facebook Messenger in about a collective 3-hour period, all while never leaving my house that day, actually. That's the kind of leverage that you guys can get when you implement tools like Advertising Boost and YouTube and Facebook Messenger and really dial that in and leverage the efficient tools that we have at our fingertips today. Andy and Marco, they've been doing marketing for a long time. We live in a beautiful day and age right now with technology. If you learn to harness the power of technology like Advertising Boost gives us access to, Facebook gives us access to, YouTube gives us access to, there is so much that we can do in a much shorter period of time today than we could have even just 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and certainly 15 years ago. So yeah, absolutely, Lauren. I love being available to my family, my wife and our dogs. Just, we have that freedom lifestyle, and that's what it comes down to, is being able to have that time freedom. And that's what Advertising Boost has afforded us to do, is to have that time freedom, because we're leveraging technology like Advertising Boost to generate not only the traffic and the customers for our businesses online, but we're able to leverage multiple businesses, have multiple streams of income coming in every single day, while helping a lot of people. And that's what it comes down to, is if you can offer people a huge amount of value, but do it in a very efficient way, you're providing a stellar level of service and product to your customers, which makes them happy and keeps them coming back time after time after time, while minimizing the amount of time you had to spend to deliver that value to them. That is how you create not only financial freedom, but time freedom. And at the end of the day, I'll take time freedom as long as it has a foundation of financial freedom. I mean, who would argue with me here if I told you that somebody that, doesn't have anything really in life probably also has a lot of time on their hands? Somebody who doesn't go to work, who doesn't have a job, who doesn't have responsibilities in life, chances are they probably have a lot of time on their hands. but that doesn't mean that they're living their best and fullest life. So you need to have the time freedom, but the time freedom needs to have a foundation of that financial freedom. And when you have the financial freedom, it can afford you the time freedom if done right. If you're just trading time for money, you might be able to achieve the financial freedom, but chances are you'll never be able to achieve the time freedom. So that's what I would encourage everybody to do, is really implement the tools of Advertising Boost, really go after it, start taking action on the things that you guys already know what to do. There's a fine line between perfectionism and procrastination. Let me say that again. There's a very fine line between procrastination and perfectionism. Some of you guys are waiting for the perfect system, for the perfect program, for the perfect implementation of Advertising Boost before taking action on something. And to me, that's when it crosses over to just procrastination. I procrastinated for 5 to 7 years before I started taking action and implementing tools like Advertising Boost into my sales process because I was waiting for everything to be perfect, the stars to be aligned. So if you're waiting for perfectionism, don't do it, because you're not going to find it in a product. You're not going to find it in a person. You're not going to find it in yourself. You need to just take action today. So start implementing that. And hopefully you guys got value of that. I'm going to show you guys my Advertising Boost sales funnel here because I promised that to you guys and lots of people have been asking. I see that. And then I'm going to open it up for questions because I want you guys to ask your questions and I will answer them. Use the question and answer feature on here. And I will jump into that here in just a second. Let me just share my screen here and I will pull up my Advertising Boost sales funnel.
I've got a question for you, Michael. You're obviously quite the technology guy now. By the many years you've been involved in online marketing. But for outsourcing, for someone who doesn't know how to figure out the programming and this and the other, what do you recommend for newbies, so to speak, to implement Advertising Boost and other products for that matter?
Yeah, my first suggestion is to implement tools that already have stuff built in. Even if it's not 100% customized to your product, to your business, to your brand, start implementing software and tools. And again, I keep going back to Online Sales Pro because I love those guys. Their support is phenomenal, and they've really coupled up right with Advertising Boost. They have very simple, out of the box, ready to go. Just start implementing right away. Use something that you can pull off the shelf and start leveraging right away, and allow those to start working for you while you might be going to Fiverr to hire a coder that can maybe implement the API directly into a custom designed sales funnel or a custom designed website or some type of custom implementation. If you're not really tech savvy, always outsource that type of work. Hire somebody, either on Fiverr or Upwork. Upwork is probably one of the best for finding true high quality. You're going to pay a little bit more for it, but if you go to upwork.com, you can find pretty much any type of outsourcing person you want to find. Just put in there, kind of a broad topic of what you're looking for. You're going to get lots of submissions. Just look at their reviews and their feedback. But if you want just something quick and small done, Fiverr is a great resource to get that done. But my number one suggestion is find some tools, reach out to some of the leaders in the group, find out if they have any off-the-shelf tools that you can just get up and running quickly. And that's what I teach a lot of my people to do, is start taking action on the things you already know what to do. Don't get hung up on the couple of things that you don't know what to do yet. Get something moving forward first while you're learning and implementing and scaling other aspects of your business. And let me just show you that. And that's one of the reasons that I do love Online Sales Pro, because they give all of us the ability to have team pages, which allows me to automatically duplicate all of my sales funnels to my team members. So right here, I have my Advertising Boost team page, and they call them team pages. So this team page, I'm able to just with a simple code, deliver that to everybody that's inside of my team instantly. And then I simply go in here and populate this with my Advertising Boost sign-up link, update it, and automatically the entire funnel and email follow-up series is completely tailored to that specific affiliate link. So that when I open this up, and I'll just pause that video there. Actually, it won't pause. This is my lead capture page that I use and leverage. Hold on a second. The audio is not stopping. I'm on my separate computer here. Hold on, let me. Here we go. This will be better. Okay. So this sales page here, this lead capture page is the one that I send most of my traffic to for referring people directly to advertising booths. So it's a simple video lead capture page. They opt into this, and then it goes to a second page, which goes into more detail about the program, another video of myself teaching how I'm implementing the strategies, and the company video as well. So this right here is the lead capture page that I've been leveraging for probably about 7 months now, and have referred close to 400 affiliates to Advertising Boost, leveraging this specific sales funnel. I go down through the, the facts and the information on here about the program, and then, tell them that they can get a free trial. This drops them right into the 14-day free trial. Again, I have a little video here that talks about how I've implemented Advertising Boost into my businesses, walk them through the back office. One of the biggest secrets that I don't know why it's a secret, but it is if you just show people how you're doing something, or even how to get the product or the service that they're seeking, it converts so well. So one thing that I would recommend a lot of you guys to do if you're leveraging the vacation incentives, if you just simply maybe make a small little video showing people how they're going to get an email with the vacation voucher and how they can claim that vacation voucher, you're going to see your conversion rates skyrocket. Because if you add that little video showing them how to claim their voucher, it adds more validity and credibility to the vacation incentive. I've done that in some of my videos, and it's been mind-blowing because it takes that question out of it. Like, well, this is too good to be true. You just show them, like, look, this is how you're going to get an email. You're going to be able to claim your voucher. And people are like, okay, I get it. It makes sense. When you can show that to them, it converts extremely well. So that's the sales funnel that I've been using. It's a custom-made one, and I have it directly integrated into team pages, and it's been converting extremely well. And this, those two pieces together, being 100% transparent, it's the combination of Advertising Boost and the implementation into my sales funnels inside of Online Sales Pro that has really been a game changer for me to be able to automate the process of delivering these, not only the vacation incentives on the lead capture page, but also referring other members to Advertising Boost, because I've had a way to really talk. And anytime you can implement videos, they're working for you 24/7. And that's a beautiful thing. So, Marco, I don't know if I can do this or not, but what if I gave that sales funnel that I have for the affiliate side to anybody that wants to reach out? I'll be happy to give the share code and give that to anybody that's on this webinar.
Yeah, that'd be great, Michael.
Yeah. So just, hit me up and I'll give you guys the share code, and you guys can instantly load that lead capture page for the affiliate side, so you can refer more people to the Advertising Boost family. It's one of the things that I've loved, Andy, over the last year, has been able to see the growth, the explosive growth. And I don't know if, Andy, you scaled extremely well. And not only have I been appreciative to that, but I'll just say that I'm proud of that, because I've seen way too many other company owners that did not have the ability to scale like you've been able to scale, because you've had guys like myself and other affiliates out there referring people to the services, and then going on to refer other people to the services because they're so great. So kudos to you guys, to you and your team and Marco, for the ability to scale like you guys have scaled over the last year.
So we should have our Online Pros account affiliate plan here, since you've been pitching it so well today.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Shame on me for, I'll hook you guys up with that. Absolutely. In fact, we should have a conversation about that for sure. So are there any specific questions that you guys have that I didn't cover in terms of implementation of Advertising Boost, the affiliates program. Any questions? I think they've been using the question and answer. Let me, I know Marco, you've been asking some questions. Nick says, do you use paid traffic to send this to? Yes, I have done paid traffic, but you heard me earlier, 89% of my traffic does come from organic methods. But if you're just starting out and you need to be able to get traffic right away, then you're definitely gonna have to go with paid traffic, but it works. Again, just make sure that your wording and you're catering to the person's initial questions and desires is specific to cold traffic versus warm traffic. Can you use this just for vacations? No, it works for vacations, the hotel gift cards, and the restaurant vouchers. Let's see. Michael, do you do SEO when you upload your video, your YouTube videos? If so, could you please give us some advice? YouTube SEO is a much deeper conversation and training. I will tell you that it doesn't take as much as you might think. And there's a couple little strategies that I do that really help me and even newbies get their videos ranked. So don't overcomplicate it when it comes to YouTube ranking. It's if you do a couple of things the right way, it can take you a lot further than you think. I used to be the guy 2.5 years ago looking at other YouTube videos thinking, man, if only I knew how to rank videos on YouTube, I would be successful in online marketing. And then 30 days later, I had several videos ranked, and I just did a couple of things that I thought might work, and they work. So if you think something might work, try it out. It'll probably work. And if it doesn't, just keep trying. Let's see. Caroline says, how much does it cost per month? I believe you're talking about Advertising Boost. It's $49 per month. If you go annual, that's the gold plan we're talking about. That's all on the website in terms of cost of the program. How would you recommend beginning if you want sales on your online store? Get eyeballs on your offer. There are so many different ways that you can get eyeballs on your offer. If you don't, I used to design and build websites for clients, and it didn't matter how pretty or functional or effective my website or high converting my website was designed. If the client did not send traffic, if they did not get traffic, eyeballs on that website did absolutely no good. It didn't matter how good my offer was. So if you want to get customers, you need to get eyeballs on your offer. So just reading through some more of these questions. Not answered.
You did a video for us many months ago about your YouTube strategy. That, I believe, is still in the Facebook group if anyone wants to search for that. So
yeah, absolutely. You guys can search the Facebook group for probably just put in YouTube in the search the Facebook group, and you'll find a video. I did a training video actually teaching the exact strategy that I use to this day. I just uploaded a video yesterday to the exact same strategy, and 24 hours, my video is #2 in the rankings, beating out videos that have, 10, 15,000 views on them. So it absolutely works. So search the Facebook group for that video training. Maybe here in the future, I'll do an update video on that one to give a refresher on that one. Let's see. You know what? Because I didn't think about this beforehand, Marco and Andy, because I didn't realize I'd be talking so much about Online Sales Pro. Some people are asking about how much is Online Sales Pro. What if I good friends with the Online Sales Pro people directly, have been helping them out. What if I set all Advertising Boost members up with a special link that you guys can send out for them to get it at a discounted rate off the published rates?
Sounds like a good idea.
I think that, so anybody asking about Online Sales Pro, wait for that information to come from Advertising Boost, and I'll hook you guys up with a really good coupon code that you guys can get in there. Look at the prices. They have a money back guarantee and all that good stuff too. So I'll hook Advertising Boost members up with that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so anybody, I'll get that to them right away so that they can send you a special link that'll get you the discount, and I'll get you guys a really good discount on that stuff. It's such valuable.
Are you still killing it on Amazon shoppers, stores, or what have you?
Yeah, so I have several teams. Funny enough, I helped a lot of people get their Amazon store set up. I got mine suspended. I was doing almost $100,000 a month, and then Amazon changed things up, and I've had to shift. All my other, clients, Amazon stores are going great, but I don't know. I gotta reach out to Jeff Bezos and say, "What's up, man? I was bringing 100,000 a month." But it's funny. Amazon, if you encroach on their market share of their products that they ship and sell, they do not like that. So I must have been doing something right because they didn't like that I was moving in on their market share.
Wow.
But yeah, Amazon's a great place to generate additional income. You just add your Facebook link. Here's a good question. Brian says, when using YouTube, do you just add your Facebook link in the comments to drive them to Messenger? Yeah, so anybody that doesn't know, you can send people or post a link that goes directly to your Facebook Messenger app. So when they click on it, it'll open up their Facebook Messenger app on their phone or their computer, and they'll be directly connected with you. It's a great way for any type of business to really connect with your customer base. And it's simply, you just do m.me/your Facebook username. And that'll send people directly to your Facebook Messenger. So Brian asked that question, when using YouTube, do you just add your Facebook link? I'll add my profile or my business link, but I like sending people directly to Messenger because it bypasses any noise and puts them directly in contact with me.
Are you using a chat bot at all, Michael?
No, I'm not using a chatbot, and I really, really wanted to promote chatbots. And if I was doing some more mass cold traffic or maybe Facebook ads, and I wanted to filter out a lot of the tire kickers, I would probably implement chatbots. But I keep stuff so personal and real still because I'm so efficient with it. But yeah, I don't use the chatbots because when they're coming to me, my videos have really done all the filtering. And if somebody's actually reaching out to me on Facebook Messenger, chances are they're serious about moving forward with something.
Awesome.
I think chatbots have their time and place, but we've even seen Facebook start to crack down on chatbots, putting them into kind of like the promos tab in the Gmail account.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. That one I already took care of. That one I took care of. All right. Let's see. Caroline says, what I mean is, does it have to be a business opportunity? Or can someone just get the incentive? Caroline, you can leverage the incentives any way that you want. Andy, correct me if I'm wrong. You don't discriminate about how people give the incentives away as long as they do it in an ethical way. But it's any product, service. I've seen businesses leverage it to give away free services. So they're giving away, a free vacation in exchange for a free service because there's an additional sell in there as well. So, those are very niche specific because again, the offer needs to be congruent, but yeah, you could just give away vacation incentives and give away vacation incentives if you wanted to, if you could get people to take you seriously. But unfortunately, 90% of those people will think you're just too good to be true. One of the best pieces of advice, and this is a true story, 2 years after I started my website development company, I did a website for a business coach. And about the end of our meeting, after he had said, yep, I'm going to go with you, Michael. I want you to build my website. He goes, can I give you a little piece of advice, Michael? I'm like, yeah, sure, absolutely. He goes, okay, after you finish my website, after I've paid my bill, I want you to triple your prices. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, you need to triple your prices. He said, if 50% of the people that you're talking to do not at least pause to think about the price that you just quoted them, then you're selling yourself short and you're selling your service too short. And that's what I did. About a week later, I tripled all my prices, and guess what? My business tripled. People take you seriously if you value your own time, your own service, your own product. And so, yeah.
So we're
Don't
going to
give
raise
high
our,
value stuff away unless it's backed up with by even more value that you're going to sell.
we might just triple our price based on that comment.
That, it doesn't apply to Advertising Boost. I'm sorry, it doesn't work for that. No, and even if you did, I can tell you, you know, people would still be buying it because the value is absolutely there.
The value's there. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely there. I'm looking at the comments too because I'm seeing some questions coming in. Let's see, some people. How do you set A/B on autopilot? I did show you guys some of the examples of the API integrations. Advertising Boost has really, really easy to implement APIs. You know, if you need help implementing an API, again, you can find some inexpensive coders on places like Fiverr just to go grab a coder quickly to implement an API into whatever you're trying to implement it into. The other feature that's in there that's great is you can upload an entire email list to automatically send those vacation vouchers out to as well. So it's another way to do it.
Do you use the restaurant certificates, Michael?
I've tested them out. I have been using them on a select level of really, I like to use those more as a reward. Like for instance, I did a Facebook Live and I was doing a giveaway based on shares and comments and likes. So I was doing an exchange for engagement on my posts, and that was a way that I gave it away and paid for the actual voucher cost. Oddly enough, when you do Facebook Lives like that and give away free prize, I've given away iPads and artwork and other cool incentives, vacation vouchers, gift cards. People do all the engagement, and then they don't respond to you when you tell them that they won. It's the bizarrest thing.
So you get to give away stuff without actually giving it away.
Yeah, it's like I have prizes sitting on my shelf that I'm like, I wait several months and I'm like, well, I guess I better just try to re-gift this because that person didn't want their free iPad. That's how fleeting the internet can be sometimes. If you don't hook somebody and get their engagement right then and there, you've probably lost them for a while. That's why the Advertising Boost is so good, because it's a good hook. It's a good showstopper. It's a good scroll stopper, because they're like, wait, what? A free restaurant certificate or a free, hotel gift card?
So someone was asking, how does the restaurant certs work? Yeah, they're free for you to give out. On the other hand, there is an activation fee of $7.95 that either you can pay right online to give it 100% free to your client, or you can send them the certificate and they can activate it for $7.95. And that gives that one voucher for $100 can give them literally hundreds of dollars in savings on all kinds of restaurants. And in addition to restaurants, there's other things. Someone talked about getting a $50 or $40 invite to Costco's, and they paid $5 for it with the certificates from powered by what is it? The entertainment group, the guys that built that huge coupon book. Those are the people that power those certificates nationwide throughout the U.S. and Canada. So just a little explanation.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it makes sense. And when you tell people, and I tell people, hey, there's an activation, but I'm going to go ahead and cover that for you as well. Again, just adding more value on top of that. And one other little insight that I can give you guys in terms of referring people to Advertising Boost. Advertising Boost in and of itself is a phenomenal offer, and every single business owner shouldn't even hesitate to integrate it into their marketing strategies. But anytime that you can then value stack on top of Advertising Boost, give it that extra personal touch from you as your person, you as your business, even doing that in your own business marketing, it can just go so much further and makes you stand out from the rest. Because if somebody's going to spend the same amount for the same product and they can get a little extra something for it, they're going to choose you. Dr. JD Villa asks, is the certificate for one person or two? It's for two people, correct?
Yep.
For two people. And then do they have the option to add children?
Yep. Most of them are for 2 adults and 2 kids under 12.
Okay, 2 kids under 12, 2 adults.
The U.S. certificates are actually up to 4 people, regardless of their age.
Yeah, that's very cool. Here's another question. Are the incentives free for us to give out? Yes, they are. Every time I give out a complimentary vacation, it costs me a whopping, well, $49 a month if I was on the monthly plan, but I'm on the annual plan. So it costs me, in my mind, a whopping nothing per year, because the amount of revenue that's generated from these incentives covers it so much. So at the end of the day, Advertising Boost is really free to me, and yeah, it doesn't cost us anything. We can send out as many certificates through email, printed PDFs, certificates, so many different ways to give these incentives out.
As a gold member, as just to remind everybody, one of the benefits of being a gold member is when you give out these vacation incentives, when people activate it by you're commissioned up to $15 for each one that gets activated. So that's another revenue,
right?
Another revenue source that can add up to a lot if you're giving away a lot of vacations.
And another, really good reason to be at the gold level, because that's where you get that little back end kickback on those for giving them out. And I love that you guys put the deadline time on it. It's crazy psychologically how much we have to give people call to actions in anything in their life to remind them to take action. I really actually wish that even more people took advantage of the vouchers. They bought the product, it did its job, but I'm like, yes, please activate your vouchers. So I've actually been building a follow-up campaign just to remind people to go in and activate their vouchers, in addition to what you guys already emailed them.
Cool. Very cool.
Let's see. Andrew says, which works better for a newbie, ClickFunnels or OSP? ClickFunnels and OSP, I have them both. I can tell you for a brand newbie, OSP was designed for newbies because it's up and running. If you want to be, create your own funnels, be a funnel hacker, ClickFunnels is a phenomenal program. Truth be told, I build a lot of my funnels in ClickFunnels, and then I have them integrated directly into OSP. And again, as I said earlier, I'll be getting you guys a special discount on OSP. I'll send that to Marco and Andy, and they can choose to then distribute that to you guys, so you guys get a discounted price off their published rates. Let's see. Yes, Caroline, you have immediate access to send these incentives. So as soon as you get your account set up, you can go in. The number one thing that I think everybody does with Advertising Boost is they send themselves an incentive. Am I right, Marco? I mean, that's what most people do, is they send themselves an incentive.
Yeah, that's that. Yep. We really encourage that as well. Go try out the product yourself and see the process for yourself.
Yep. Send it to yourself, see how it works. Doesn't cost you anything. Claim the voucher. Go do your complimentary stay. Use the restaurant certificate. Use the hotel gift card. Leverage the tools yourself. See what the customer is going to experience. I'm seriously overwhelmed too. You guys, there are so many testimonial videos online of people going on vacations and leveraging, activating these vouchers and stuff. It's unbelievable the work that Andy and Marco and everybody has done on their team to get the feedback that they've been able to get from all the people that have gone on these trips and leveraged these incentives.
Someone asked here, are the certificates only good for US and Canadians? That's still yes and no to answer your question there. All of our US and Mexico destinations are good for US and Canadian residents. The certificates we have in Bali and in Thailand are open to a whole bunch of other countries as well as the ones in Spain, in Tenerife.
Jeff Miller said, I can testify how awesome Advertising Boost and Book VIP are. My wife and I have been on 2 trips.
Millie just asked, how about the Spanish call center? I covered that earlier at the beginning of the call. You must have come on late, but yeah, to give you an update, I'm in the Dominican Republic still at our new call center. Most of them have gone home for the day, but I'll give you a quick look at the call center as we speak here. Big room. They've all gone home for the day as we've been training, but we've got a team here that I'm super pumped up about, and they are really, really awesome, really hungry to learn. And so they've been at training for 3+ weeks now. Won't be long before we're ready to get advertising boost in all of our certificates in Spanish as well, and have our team ready to service your clients, both as the business owners of Boost and your end user using the vacations in the Spanish market.
Yeah, that's one of the big things that I think a lot of people overlook. I know I did initially, is the sheer size of operation behind the scenes. I know Andy knows exactly what it is. I know Marco knows exactly what it is, but you guys, in terms of the level of operation behind the scenes, we look at it as a $49 a month product, and the level of operations that you guys have to keep running day in and day out to deliver the amount of value that we get with this program. I just want people to take a second and appreciate everything that goes into that.
Yeah, we've got over 200 employees worldwide. We run 24 hours per day, 7 days per week. We never close. So, and now we have a call center in the Dominican as well.
That's awesome. Yeah. So again, kudos to you guys for everything you put on. I'm a one-man show here in my office. I have my outsourcers that do work, but I mean, when I think about the level of responsibility you guys take on for our benefit, it's just, it's humbling.
Michael, any last words for the group?
I just want to see people taking action on what you learned. I mean, no amount of knowledge can actually go to work for you unless you implement it. So two things that I would like everybody to take away from is get a little insight into what's helped me become successful with Advertising Boost and my other businesses leveraging Advertising Boost, and start being creative with that. A lot of people get stuck with a thought of, well, I need to have this step-by-step and know exactly every single detail. No, you don't. You got the ideas, now make them your own and take action on that. And then the second thing is renew your belief in your ability to succeed with these tools. So lead confidently, but take action.